Let's turn to that big story because remember the Ministry of Home Affairs late Friday evening issued a notification saying that shops in local areas could reopen. That was a major relief for many small shop owners, some of whom opened up. But there was also plenty of confusion, and in certain parts of the country, like in Tamil Nadu, there was also panic buying because this order came a day before the state goes in for an even more severe lockdown. The MHA has also clarified that the shops sell only non-essential goods can resume business. The shops which are allowed to function are only outside hotspot areas and containment zones. However, shops in shopping complexes and malls would remain closed. 3 clarifications had to be issued today by the MHA a day after its first order came last night. Now, while these orders come, the question is about liquor. Remember, some states which have been hit hard because they can't charge liquor, excise on liquor as a result of the ongoing lockdown are now beginning to protest. The states led by Punjab have voiced concerns over the loss of revenue due to the blanket ban on liquor sale. Some others have toed the centre's directive. India and its states appear split open on the big question: should liquor shops be allowed to open in a lockdown or not? Take a look.
The lockdown is squeezing states dry of funds. All the states are dependent on taxes on petroleum products and alcohol for revenue. But now they are unable to milk that cash cow. Take a look at this. Tamil Nadu earns nearly 31,000 crore rupees in taxes from liquor sale. Karnataka made 20,948 crore in the last fiscal. Uttar Pradesh 29,000 crore. Maharashtra over 16,000 crore, and Delhi and Punjab over 5,500 crore each. Among those who voiced their concerns first is Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh. Kerala had gone ahead with a proposal to deliver liquor to doorstep directly from warehouses, but has rolled back its decision.
കേരളത്തിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരൊറ്റ മദ്യഷാപ്പുകളും പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നില്ല. വെയർഹൗസ് മറ്റ് ഔട്ട്ലെറ്റുകൾ പോലെ മദ്യം വിൽക്കുന്ന കേന്ദ്രമായി മാറ്റാൻ പോകുന്നു എന്ന സംശയം ആർക്കുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതുണ്ടാവാൻ പോകുന്നില്ല. ഇവിടെ ലോക്ക്ഡൗൺ പൂർണ്ണമായിട്ടും അംഗീകരിച്ച് നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. കോടതിയുടെ നിർദ്ദേശം വന്നപ്പോൾ ആ നിർദ്ദേശവും അംഗീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് നിലപാട് സ്വീകരിക്കുന്നത്.
The BJP-ruled states too have suffered revenue losses, but have toed the centre's rules.
They have to rise to the occasion and they should somehow tolerate the situation. 22,000 crores per year, it comes to 800 crores per month. No, not 800, 1,600 crores. 1,600 crores.
In Maharashtra, MNS Chief Raj Thackeray has called for opening of liquor shops. The demand was trashed by the BJP.
हमारे कुछ मित्र दारू की दुकान से लेके और शिथिलता लाने की बात कर रहे हैं. ठाकरे सरकार ने 20 अप्रैल को ऑर्डर निकाला, काफी रिलैक्सेशन घोषित किया और 20 अप्रैल को सब वापस ले लिए ऑर्डर, क्योंकि मुंबई में कोरोना भयानक गति आगे बढ़ रहा है.
With the revenue badly hit, most states are hoping the Narendra Modi government will allow them to reopen liquor shops. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, should liquor shops then be allowed to open or not during a lockdown? Are states losing out on much needed revenue to fight COVID? I'm joined by Manpreet Badal, Finance Minister of Punjab, the state that's leading the fight, calling for reopening of liquor shops. Ashwath Narayan, Deputy Chief Minister, Karnataka, a state which has done a U-turn on the issue. I appreciate both of you joining us. Manpreet Badal, I want to come to you first because Captain Amrinder Singh has made it very clear. He wants liquor shops to open. And let me quote what he says. What's the connection between coronavirus and liquor sale? Coronavirus spreads through mucus. You've allowed vegetables to sell in the open. What's the logic behind banning the sale of liquor in sealed bottles? This is affecting state revenue. Is this at the end of the day about revenues? You've lost about 6,200 crores in excise revenue.
Rajdeep, if you can show me the indulgence.
Yes.
And if I can start that there are many myths floating around about Punjab. Some of them true, some not true. one true myth is that Punjabis are generally very steady in love and battle. So if you all over North India, you know all the stories about Heer Ranja, Mirza Saheba, Sassi Punnu. Every love story originates from Punjab. And being one of the smallest states of India, the highest decorated state for gallantry. But one myth which is not true about Punjab is that Punjabis are very hard drinkers. And, you know, every Punjabi is very fond of tandoori chicken or butter chicken. Believe you me, Punjab is, after probably Gujarat, the most vegetarian state of India. And even drinking in Punjab, there's a certain amount of stigma attached to it. So,
so these rumors, sorry to intervene, so these reports that there are bars, you know, Punjab has more bars per square kilometer and the Punjabis love the Patiala peg, all a myth?
You know, this is a myth. That's why I actually didn't answer you directly. Right. But these are the myths I want to bust. But having said that, the chief minister, when he made an appeal, and which you said every state, as a state, we neither promote alcohol, but at the same time, we don't discourage people. You know, people can make their choices. They want to drink Pepsi, they want to drink alcohol. But there is, you know, as you said, revenues connected with it. So CM's statement has to be taken in that context. Rajdeep, also, you know, so a very small state like Punjab, we are losing about 500 crores every month because liquor sales do not take place in Punjab. Mm-hmm. I have to actually, you know, this is vital for the state's survival. Petroleum, you know, VAT on petroleum. And, you know, one other factor which maybe nobody would have considered, when you stop the sale of alcohol, people who drink alcohol will try and get it from somewhere. So sometimes these mafias spring up.
Sure.
You know, even though the sovereign writ of Punjab runs on every corner of the state, but we have had reports of illicit, you know, mafias coming up, delivering whiskey or whatever to somebody's doorstep at a higher price, or maybe even brewing them at home. These, I call them the enemies of the state. You cannot have enemies of the state flourishing in
so what you're saying actually is that when you put a complete ban on liquor during a lockdown, it'll only lead to increase in bootlegging, leads to a parallel liquor trade, and that can even be more damaging for society. I'll come back to you, Manpreet Badal, in a moment, because I also want to go to Ashwath Narayan, Deputy Chief Minister, Karnataka. What is the stand, Mr. Narayan, of the Karnataka government to opening up liquor shops? Because states like Punjab are very clear, they're pushing for it. Others seem ambivalent, like your state.
Sir, basically, with regard to this aspect, we are just following whatever has been relaxation has been given, the guidelines been given by the Government of India. We are just adopting. We are not fully adopting even the guidelines given by the Government of India. We are just taken partially. Some of the recommendations we have taken and we have implemented. And I don't think so this is the right time to introduce the liquor. You know, providing the liquor, I think still.
But you know, the reason I want to ask you this, Ashwath Narayan, because look, your own Karnataka state excise minister said earlier this month that the state was losing 1,800 crore revenue. He wanted liquor shops to be reopened. Now we find that Karnataka has done a U-turn saying we will do whatever the centre wants.
I agree, revenue is one part, sir. Basically, that cannot become the only criteria, but it can wait. The people are, since many of the facilities have been shut down, allowing liquor to be sold, somehow it will not be palatable, acceptable by even the people. There will be a lot of resistance. I think there will be a lot of criticism. I don't think so. The immediate priority, opening of liquor shop is not the immediate priority, sir.
Okay, but you know, there is also the question, Ashwath Narayan, should the centre be dictating this to states? States need, the two areas are petroleum and liquor, from where they get their main excise revenues today, their revenues through VAT. Shouldn't states be allowed to decide? Why should Delhi decide everything, which shop is to be opened? Kerala wants to open a barber shop, they should be allowed. Why should Delhi decide this using an 1897 Epidemics Act?
Sir, I feel in this crisis, there should be a common policy. There should not be any, each state cannot have its own policy, then it becomes more confusing, sir.
But how long do you see this going on, this reluctance to allow states to exercise their rights in key areas? I come back to it. Should Delhi be allowed to do it?
I feel temporary. This is not going to be for permanent feature, no, sir. This is not a permanent feature. This is not be a permanent situation. And probably over the time, it will just, we need to wait for a few more weeks. I think it will get solved. It will get solved, and definitely with regard to the financial crisis, I think Centre has always been extending a lot of support. Already it has extended a lot of financial support, financial packages. I think even the state government also, we need to also, in this crisis, we need to mobilize a lot of resources.
Is that a real worry, Manpreet Badal, that the states at the moment don't have enough revenues to fight COVID? And that's where this demand is now coming to open up liquor shops. That's really the bottom line, that states which find that they don't have enough revenues to fight COVID believe that at least give us the autonomy to decide on liquor and indeed areas which should be under our control.
Rajdeep, I'll leave it to the consideration of your listeners that taxes collected by any state, who has the first charge on them or who has the first lien on them? It's the poorest of the poor. You know, the taxes which are collected by, say, the government of Punjab, they go in for subsidization of electricity for the SC, BC classes. They go in for the social security. We have a very robust social security system, old age pension, and so on and so forth. The moment you deprive us of our taxes, then, you know, we will have to somehow cut down on these welfare schemes. So it's not about, you know, a time of crisis or something. This is a time when we need the money the most. You know, even there may be a lockdown, but I can't lock down the hospital.
So you're calling for fiscal autonomy. You're calling for fiscal autonomy. You're saying in areas which are under the state jurisdiction, we must have our autonomy. Am I correct?
No. Rajdeep, Punjab is very happy to go along with whatever the majority consensus in the rest of India, or even the way government of India wants to do it. But then they will have to compensate, you know, for this. So far, in this entire epidemic, which, you know, a lockdown which has taken place. Right. In fact, we call it the curfew in Punjab because it sounds a little more, you know, dangerous. But, you know, we have not received a single rupee apart from 71 crore. You know, to fight this epidemic, 71 crore.
That's all you got.
That's all. So I don't see what packages and relief, what government of India is, you know, giving to other states. But Punjab has not received a package. And whatever has been offered to us is that, you know, you can borrow more. You know, we'll raise your ways and means. They might consider raising FRBM. It's exactly like, Rajdeep, I tell you that why don't you go tonight and dine at the Taj, and we'll deduct your, you know, from your salary this bill. She'll say, I'd rather eat Maggi noodles, you know, than to go and eat the Taj. So we will be very happy to go along, whatever is decided, as long as someone compensates us for it.
I think you made the point.
But if there's no compensation coming, ultimately we're answerable to the people of Punjab.
Sure. I think you made the point very strongly there, Manpreet Badal. Ashwath Narayan, appreciate your joining us and giving us also the Karnataka government's perspective that you will go with whatever the centre says and you believe that it's only a matter of few weeks. Ashwath Narayan, Manpreet Badal, good to have you on the show tonight.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.